Okay, it's funny because we've actually restarted this video, I think 3 times. Once again, but for the first time for listeners, this is my friend Megan. Thank you for your willingness to come on camera and chat with us. You have a long history with your former abuser, and I'm so grateful to have met you and just to develop the friendship that we have. And when I approached you about wanting to be a part of this shoot, I named this shoot Rebirth 2020 because I really wanted to focus on what it took to kind of be reborn in a way after domestic violence. And you came up with a pretty crazy and challenging creative idea, and you conveniently used my favorite character from my favorite show, and I don't know how you did that, but you did. So tell me a little bit about what you chose and why.
Well, there's a scene in the television show that you're talking about where one of the characters is fighting an addiction struggle, and one of the other characters is talking about there's a moth fixing to emerge from a cocoon, and he could take his knife and whittle out the hole for the moth to emerge and make it easier, but if he did that, then that moth would not be strong enough to survive.
Right.
So that's kind of where I wanted to represent that.
So it was more than like a butterfly. Like you wanted to really portray that it was not some easy going, poof, I'm away from him and my life is
absolutely
wonderful now. You've had to struggle and
yeah, I've came across a lot of comments, I'm 5 years out and that I should be over this abuse by now. Well, I was in it for 19 years, so I'm kind of thinking it may take 19 years to get over it.
That's very true.
Sometimes it's it's a daily struggle, sometimes it's a minute-to-minute struggle, but struggle makes you stronger, and
it's true. I love that. I love that you challenged me. You both did in a way. We're going to talk to my friend Paula in a second, but I'm doing this shoot to give back to the organizations that have helped all 3 of us, as well as organizations I've been involved with in Phoenix. And one thing that I really love is that you all took what I said about rebirth very seriously and what it meant to you individually. Each one of you has brought something so amazing, and some of them are challenging in terms of how do you turn this beautiful woman into a moth cocoon. And we've been doing sketches and back and forth to drawing boards. I've been talking to people, to try and get the exact look, because this is a high-end shoot, and so we're doing it inside of a gallery online because of this pandemic, unfortunately. And I'm really excited to do it that way, because you'll be able to, people can come in to this gallery online and be able to experience behind-the-scenes interviews and what it took to take you from this to a cocoon, the photos that show that journey along with the video. And I think that when you look back on this down the road, you'll be able to say, I really have emerged. You've not only had huge physical transformations, you've changed in such a way, just in the short time that I've known you, that you are incredibly graceful, and you really are what, if I were to pick a word to talk about you, I would just say that you are the epitome of the sweet Southern, I hate to say belle, I'm going to say it, Paula, the sweet Southern belle. You are kind and gracious and loving, and I think that's why I've connected with all of you. You all brought something to me as a survivor, and it was very difficult for me to come into a situation from out of state and kind of try to infiltrate this little group, and y'all accepted me immediately. But to be able to give this back is my honor and my privilege. And are you scared about November 7th? Are you nervous at all?
I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm more excited than nervous.
Because you don't
right now. It's the closer it gets, the more nervous I am.
Well, I wonder if you have, I know for myself, I'm a business owner, and I don't like not being in control. And that was a big issue with my ex-abuser, was that he had to control everything. And for some reason, I responded well to that, because I was tired of always being in control, and I know it can be difficult for survivors to kind of trust the journey. Is there any part of you that's like, man, I just want to know more about what you're doing? I've talked to other survivors that are like, what are you doing? I need every detail along the way. You're just trusting. You're just like, okay, we're just going to move it and go. I love it. I love it. And Megan, I promise you, I know that you've done your glamour shots, you said earlier. I give you, that's a 2 thumbs up, or a 1.5. I applaud people that have done glamour shots, and now I have to see the evidence, so you'll need to send me a picture. I promise you that I'm going to take care of you. I did a shoot in Phoenix 2.5 years where I worked on effects of mental illness, and I had dogs and peer support and counselors and people. So we have plenty of support coming in on this shoot, and it's going to be amazing. And so, we're doing this for fundraising. It is necessary because these photos are being sent to a very specific high-end lab that does color matching, and things are going to be printed. And we're turning everything into a winter wonderland. In your particular case, we might leave some snow out of yours, or I might put snow on you. I just haven't decided. I kind of go by the seat of my pants. But if you, if you could just in 1 or 2 words, just let people know just the importance of fundraising for an event like this, and that it is going to entail a lot of costume changes and stuff, and that's why we're doing it.
Yeah, I think there's probably way more expenses than we have any idea of.
Yeah, it's true. I'm lucky that we have people flying in that have been on my staff that I've worked with for a very long time, and in your case, I believe Lauren is your makeup artist. Or is it someone else? I don't know. I made a list. I have to check that now. But we have 4 or 5 makeup artists coming in to completely transform you. And I wanted to let people know, in your particular case, you're okay with being here and being filmed and being photographed. And I can say your name, and that is your name. There are some people who might not be. So just to let everyone know that's listening, we will be taking, this is complete body modification transformation. So what you see in Megan right now is not what you're going to see after November 7th, and you would be hard pressed to find people that knew her that could pick her out of a lineup when we're done with her. So Megan, thank you for taking the time to be here and talk to me. I love you always, and I appreciate you. We're going to talk to Paula in just a minute, but thank you for taking the time to come out and represent. I'm going to take good care of you.